How to adapt to wearing your hearing aids. When you have completed this video, you will be aware of how you adapt to listening with hearing aids and understand why hearing aids need to be worn regularly. We hear with our ears, but we listen with our brain. When you have lived with hearing loss for some time, brain connections that make sense of different sounds can weaken, reducing our listening abilities. Fortunately, our brains are plastic, and they are constantly adapting by strengthening and forming new pathways. Pathways that are no longer used fade away, but those that are used frequently strengthen. When hearing aids are issued for the first time, the brain has to strengthen old pathways that may have faded. We have to practice repeatedly when developing skills such as playing a new musical instrument. It's no different when developing new listening skills when wearing hearing aids for the first time. Adapting to your hearing aids. With regular hearing aid use, you can relearn how to listen to sounds that have not been heard for a while. The brain pays attention to important sounds, like hearing your name in a crowded room, and ignores insignificant sounds, such as the noise of the fridge or central heating. Being able to learn to ignore these irrelevant sounds is important because background noise is a major reason why people give up wearing hearing aids. The key message here is that for the brain to adapt well to these changes, hearing aids need to be worn regularly. This adaptation process will be much less successful if the hearing aids are only worn occasionally. If you have a hearing loss in both ears, wearing two hearing aids will help you locate where sound is coming from. For instance, finding a phone ringing or someone calling your name, which should make life a lot easier. To help you adapt, hearing aids are increasingly sophisticated in making sounds more comfortable. Some hearing aids may be programmed to start at a softer volume level so sounds are more comfortable at first, but then gradually increase to the optimum settings over a period of about a month. Adapting to wearing hearing aids and to follow conversation better is known as acclimatization. Research has shown that it can take between 1 to 6 months of regular use before your brain fully adapts and you gain maximum benefit. Therefore, it is very important not to give up on your hearing aids and to keep practicing listening. The rewards of being able to hear better and be able to fully engage in conversation will make all the practicing worthwhile. Remember, we hear with our ears and listen with our brains. Developing new habits. You will already have experience of adapting to new sounds without giving it much thought. For example, have you ever moved house near to a busy road or railway line, or bought a new phone with a different ringtone? At first, we immediately notice each unfamiliar noise, such as every train or car going by. Gradually, our brain adapts, and we no longer notice the noise until someone draws our attention to it. Developing new habits can be difficult at first, especially if it seems a chore, in the same way that it can be hard to continue with a diet or giving up smoking. Research confirms that our brains can adapt at all ages, and that includes getting used to hearing aids. It is much easier to learn if we feel motivated, and it can be more enjoyable when learning with others. Consider joining a local hearing aid support group or attend lip reading classes to meet socially with other hearing aid users who understand. You may have friends or family with hearing aids. Find out what has worked well for them. Your listening abilities cannot return to normal if there is permanent damage to the cells in your inner ear. This is the main cause of hearing loss, and these cells cannot be repaired. Your ability to hear speech in noisy situations may always be affected. However, wearing hearing aids makes many sounds audible again, and so helps strengthen the pathways to your brain, giving you the best hearing possible. Your brain will strengthen pathways with other senses. You can develop other tactics such as lip reading to help compensate for your hearing loss. With practice, you will be able to make the most of your hearing